What is up, Guardians? Jake Parker here, and continuing with our Into the Light coverage, it's time to talk about what is quite literally one of the largest memes ever created in Destiny 2, and that is the Edge Transit Heavy Grenade Launcher. Originally released in Season 4 and now reprised during Into the Light with what is arguably some of the most insane perks and damage options now available in Destiny 2. The moment we knew Edge Transit was coming back with the Onslaught activity, I knew I needed to get my hands on it, and boy am I glad I did, because the weapon is no longer the meme it was during the Forsaken era with what this weapon now offers. Now, depending on your playstyle, there's a bunch of different perk set options to suit your needs, but for this video, I focus specifically on boss DPS, as that's where I find heavy grenade launchers to really be the most beneficial for maximum damage output. The first perk to hunt for is the Envious Assassin, which will reload and overflow the Edge Transit based on the number of final blows with your primary and secondary weapons. This is super important as it can easily double your magazine before leading into a DPS phase. Even better, the next perk is arguably the most important in the set, and that is Bait and Switch, which on proc will provide a 30% damage buff for up to 10 seconds and easily pairs with Envious Assassin since primary and secondary weapons are both used in tandem. Now optional, but also recommended if you don't get Bait and Switch, of course, is Explosive Light, where picking up Orbs of Light will grant up to 7 stacks and providing a 60% increase in explosive damage for each shot. Next up on the list of perks is the Spike Grenades, and this is a definite must-have as it provides an additional 12.5% damage increase on direct hits, which for bosses is massively easier to do for their increased hitbox size. And lastly on our list of boss DPS perks, we have Adrenaline Junkie, where weapon or grenade kills can provide an up to 33.3% stacking damage increase at 5 stacks, and also able to max out with a grenade kill just on its own. You pair this with a volatile launch weapon frame, and as we can see, Edge Transit clearly aims to no longer be the meme it originally was, and it even provides ad clear perks such as Chain Reaction. But of course, just like the Falling Guillotine, I knew I needed to test this weapon out on some Onslaught bosses, and boy does this weapon not disappoint. With my Envious Assassin and Bait and Switch weapon that dropped for me, I was able to max out at 16 available shots in the magazine, and proc Bait and Switch by simply applying damage with 1 shot each from both my primary and secondary weapons before swapping to Edge Transit. For every grenade that directly connected to the boss, I was applying over 100k damage per grenade, which is absolutely insane and easily out DPSing single rocket launchers and even swords. And for my other role with Spike Grenades, and my choice of course Adrenaline Junkie or Explosive Light, I was finding that although I did have a slightly more overall DPS count at the time, the timing and stack restrictions between them actually caused me to do less sustained damage overall, even with Explosive Light's 60% damage increase or Adrenaline's 33.3%. Not to mention less available magazine due to not having Envious, which further decreased my overall DPS phase at the end. To really sum it up though, Edge Transit is proving itself straight out of the gate as a top tier DPS weapon, which every single player can now obtain for free, and arguably the best DPS role I think I could come up with was Volatile Launch, Spike Grenade, Envious Assassin, and of course Bait and Switch with a boss spec. If you get this exact role, I guarantee you're going to see damage numbers you've never would have expected, and boss health bars will disappear very, very quickly. And at the end of the day, as long as you are having fun and chasing that perfect role that works for you, Guardians, that's all that really matters. Thank you so much for watching, and of course, if you enjoyed this video and look forward to more Destiny and gaming content, be sure to like, comment, subscribe, and turn on notifications to know when my next video will be live. Thank you for being the reason I get to do what I do, Guardians, and until the next video, game on.